Have you ever prayed for something so deeply that it brought you to tears? Imagine carrying a burden for years, watching others receive the very thing you've been praying for, and wondering if God has forgotten you. And that was Hannah's reality. She longed for a child, but year after year, her prayer seemed unanswered. She faced disappointment, mockery, and heartbreak. Yet instead of giving up, Hannah did something extraordinary. She poured out her heart before God in prayer. What happened next would not only change her life, but also impact the future of Israel. Stay until the end, because Hannah's story teaches powerful lessons about faith, patience, and trusting God during difficult seasons. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow for more powerful Bible stories and life-changing lessons. Hannah lived during a time when having children was considered a great blessing. But Hannah had no child. Year after year, she carried the pain of unanswered prayers. To make matters worse, she was often mocked by Peninnah, the other wife of her husband Elkanah. The constant reminders of her situation caused deep sorrow in her heart. Yet Hannah never stopped believing in God. One year, Hannah traveled with her family to worship at the tabernacle in Shiloh. Overwhelmed with grief, she went before God in prayer. She wept deeply and poured out her heart to Him. Hannah made a vow. If God blessed her with a son, she would dedicate that child to the Lord's service. This was not a casual prayer. It came from the deepest part of her soul. As Hannah prayed, her lips moved, but no sound came out. She was praying silently from her heart. Eli the priest saw her and misunderstood what was happening. He thought she was drunk. But Hannah respectfully explained that she was not drunk. She was simply pouring out her soul before God. Eli then blessed her and encouraged her to go in peace. After returning home, Hannah trusted God with her request. In God's perfect timing, her prayer was answered. Hannah gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, which means heard by God. Years of waiting had finally ended. God had heard her prayer all along. Hannah never forgot the promise she made to God. When Samuel was old enough, she brought him to the tabernacle. There she dedicated him to the Lord's service. Hannah understood that Samuel was a gift from God. Instead of holding tightly to the blessing, she honored her commitment. Her faith and obedience became an example for generations to come. After God's answer, Hannah offered a beautiful prayer of praise. She rejoiced in God's faithfulness and power. Hannah recognized that God lifts up the humble and cares for those who trust Him. Her story began with tears, but it ended with worship, gratitude, and testimony. The God who heard Hannah's prayers still hears the prayers of His people today. Lessons to learn from the story. 1. God hears sincere prayers. Even when answers seem delayed, God is listening. 2. Faith requires perseverance. Hannah continued trusting God despite years of disappointment. 3. Prayer should be honest. Hannah poured out her true feelings before God. 4. God's timing is perfect. The answer did not come immediately, but it came at the right time. 5. Gratitude should follow God's blessings. Hannah responded with thanksgiving and worship. 6. Keep your commitments to God. Hannah faithfully fulfilled the promise she made. 7. God can turn sorrow into joy. What began with tears ended in testimony. And that is the inspiring story of Hannah's prayer for a child. Hannah's journey reminds us that God hears sincere prayers, even when the answer takes time. Her story teaches us to remain faithful, trust God's timing, and continue praying with confidence. If this video blessed you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more powerful Bible stories and teachings every week. God bless you, and see you in the next video.